questions. She said keep it brief, the town clerk, so I brought my book along. Just happens to be read and this is all right, but I think I'll keep it very brief. So fellow mayors, past mayors, which there's quite a few here, and feel quite privileged. Mr. Abraham, Mr. Dillon, Mr. Preston, Faye, all the other mayors, Ian, and Mr. Bill Forward. Yeah, I've got John Preston over there, so thank you very much for coming along this evening. It's a real pleasure. Fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. I feel totally honoured to be the Mayor of Barnstaple, and it's a real privilege, and it has a long history. Barnstaple elected its first mayor, I am told, corrupt or otherwise, in 1301, and as I said, I came here in 1989. I have two lovely daughters, Ailsa and Jessica, who were born and bred here. They go to Park Community School, same as our cadet behind me. It's got a long tradition, Barnstaple. I've also been told that in 1644, Barnstaple had 3 mayors in one day. Whew. Apparently, in 1644 in October, no one wanted to be the Mayor of Barnstaple. We had Charles Peard, who was sitting mayor. He resigned, and then Henry Mason took over from Charles, who was elected, and he resigned 3 hours later. So a chap called Adam Lugg became mayor, and then he found out that the Royalist Army was marching on Barnstaple and tried to run away. So hopefully that won't happen to me. Also looking through the history books, it's something is not very new, and it's relevant today, because back in 1818, the local press, there was a big, huge fuss in the papers about MPs' expenses. In fact, on that note, it was £20 a year the MPs got in 1818 for being the MP. And back then, Barnstaple had 2 MPs, not 1. So that's a point to congratulate Nick Harvey, who can't be here tonight, because as many people may know that Nick has also been, is now the Minister of State for the Armed Forces, based in the Ministry of Defence. So Nick will be back in Barnstaple this weekend, I believe, won't you, Brian? Yeah. So well done to Nick Harvey on his re-election. As many of you may know, I used to work for the Children's Hospice South West. It's a beautiful, absolutely fantastic charity. I'm so privileged to have Eddie Farwell here, who sat at the back there, who doesn't like to be in the front, but Eddie is the co-founder of that charity, and it's a real honour to have you, sir, here tonight, and a privilege and for all your hard work in helping so many children throughout the South West, so that's a privilege. I recently started a new job last Monday, for the Soldiers, Sailors, Air Families Association Forces Out. It's the oldest military charity in existence, started by a major back in 1885. It's celebrating 125 years this year, and the need has never been so great from the points of Safford because of the recent conflicts. Our forces are, once upon a time when I used to be, and you used to get a bit more time off before you were redeployed. But the lads now, because of the manpower, are getting redeployed much quicker. So it's a real privilege. Have we got the OC of Chibnall here? CO of Chibnall. Well done, sir. Thank you for coming, and congratulations on your new appointment, taking over from Colonel Maynard. So we wish you well at Chibnall, sir. So my vision for 2010-2011 really is, I want to do Barnstaple proud, because on my travels it's got many voluntary organisations. Of some, a lot cannot exist, and the importance of being mayor, and I've got lots of past mayors here who can give testimony to the value that the mayor brings to a lot of these organisations by attending events, can drastically reduce the income whether the charity survives or not. So over the years, many mayors have had many charities, and it's a privilege by my peers to serve Barnstaple in this way. I really want the Barnstaple to come together. We've got an exciting year ahead of us. We've had, obviously, the recent credit crunch has added to the enormous, tremendous strain on local businesses. So the one thing that Barnstaple has taught me, I've got a bit of northern grit down here. But I would just say that Barnstaple is a lovely town, and I feel really honoured to be serving Barnstaple. Goes to show that with the charities that I've been involved with professionally, my charities for this year will be Pathfield School, which again is in Pilton, and they do a tremendous job looking after people, the young children who might be on the autistic spectrum or be also life limited with learning difficulties and disabilities. So that's one of my charities. The other one is the Barnstaple branch of the Royal British Legion, which does so much in the town, and I'm thankful that all these councillors, we've got about 20 hats on different organisations, and Councillor Michael Harrison, who sat here at the table, is the chairman of the Royal British Legion, and his good lady wife there, Sylvia Harrison. I've chosen the Royal British Legion as my second charity. It's poignant to maybe say that I hope that my charity events will be well supported this year, and please feel free, if anybody sees in the paper that there's any charity events, just please come along. And the next one will be at the Guildhall, a 7-course Indian meal, with many more following after you finish your first plate, and it's only £20 and a free glass of wine, and it's a quiz night, so please feel free, and that will be advertised down when you're listening to some music later down at Liverpool. So really, I've only got 4 more pages to go. So, thank you very much for electing me as Mayor, and I will do this town very proud, and I hope to serve the public very well. So thank you very much, and hand over now to say thank you to everyone who's turned up, and including the Mayoress's mum and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Burridge. So thank you very much. That's my speech over and done.